Welcome back. It's DJ Gary. I'm coming with some news. Maybe some of my subscribers would like to know, or maybe they're not aware of, or maybe they know and they just want to be reminded. Because you know how forgetfulness, times we living in, you forget a lot. So I just want to let you know that for anybody who loves music, soul music from down south, who's deep into like Isaac Hayes type music and stuff like that, the 60s and 70s period. Well, this documentary, okay, is coming on HBO. This is uh Stax. They coming with a documentary for HBO. It's a documentary series. So we're going to explore through that and we're going to talk about it. All right. So this is the press release right here. Stax Soulsville USA documentary series on HBO. This was published on 8th May 2024. A new HBO original documentary series on Stax Records captures how an underdog record label launched a movement in superstar musicians like Isaac Hayes and Otis Redding, pioneering the Memphis soul sound electrified the world. Co-produced by UMPG, that's Universal Music Publishing Group, Stax Soulsville USA features music from legendary UMPG published songwriters and catalogs including Otis Redding, David Porter, Booker T. Jones, Steve Cropper, Isaac Hayes, Eddie Floyd, William Bell, Carla Thomas, Rufus Thomas, the Staple Singers, Sam and Dave, Johnny Taylor, Down Duck Dunn, the Barkays, amongst other luminaries. The documentary series chronicles uh, arduous group of individuals who dared to make music on their own terms, smashing racial barriers, defying an era, and leaving an enduring musical legacy in their wake. Driven by the collection of restored, remastered archive performance footage, the intimate interviews, it details unlikely origin story of Stax Records and pays tribute to its complex music uh, library and legendary artists that emerged from the iconic studio. So it's coming out May 20th. So it airs May 20th on HBO uh, Max or the channel HBO, if I'm not mistaken. I'm quite sure. So, I want to go back to some of those names that they was talking about. David Porter, he was a singer and writer. He wrote, him and Isaac Hayes was writing partners, and they wrote, uh, Hold On, I'm Coming, Soul Man by Sam and Dave, and some other stuff. So they were pretty big factors. And, David Porter grew up with Maurice White of Earth, Wind, Fire. They were actually like in a church together, so they grew up. And you got uh, Booker T. Jones, Steve Cropper. They were and Down Duck Dunn. They were the core members of Booker T and MGs, who actually was backing up Sam and Dave and many Stax artists, uh, on those records that I mentioned, uh, along with uh, Al Jackson. Rest in peace to Al Jackson. Rest in peace to Donda Dunn. It's only like two members of Booker T and MG's left. That's Steve Cropper and Booker T Jones. Uh, then you got Eddie Floyd. He has big hit, Knock on Wood, and William Bell, Forgot to Be a Lover, and he had a couple of other hits. Carla Thomas, who was Rufus Thomas' daughter, they were at Stax, and they were artists. And then the staple singers, of course, and Johnny Taylor, his famous "Who's Making Love," "Cheaper to Keep Her," Jody Got Your Girl and Gone. Yeah, I'm just naming like the core, what people know, but it's deeper than that. And then you got the Bar-Kays, who was backing Otis Redding on tour when tragically the plane wrecked into the lake, and that whole debacle. So they're going to get into all of that. One thing about Stax, they were actually before Motown. They were actually about a couple of years before Motown really got going. But Motown didn't see true success until they had their records. That whole with the hits and all that, that's when they really got going. But Stax was like a couple of years before, and they were more like grittier, and they were it was a different sound. It was very southern, and in this picture I'm showing right now, the picture I'm showing is you got the Marquis. They were horn players, and you got Steve Cropper right here. You got David Prater of Sam and Dave. You got Isaac Hayes right there, and I believe that's Sam Moore of Sam and Dave right there. But this is a cool photo. So, Stax Records was really, when it came to, Black people, they really vibed with the Stax thing, because it was, more of a, to them, like more of a revolutionary thing, with the records. And, Isaac Hayes, when Isaac Hayes came, he really changed a lot. I'm showing Booker T and MGs right here. So, check them out. They have a few albums, which is actually pretty good. But Isaac Hayes really changed the game when he, dropped Hot Butter and Soul. He's doing 15, 18-minute records, and just 4 songs on an LP, and it really did something. Uh, it really did something to spark the imagination, which I kind of believe this is where uh, George Clinton really was looking at stuff like this as well. He was looking at albums like this and like, in fact, one of the guitar players uh, that's playing on Walk On By, uh, he actually comes from Funkadelic. He was playing with Problem and Funkadelic. So, and then one of the background singers of Hot Butter and Soul, uh, they were in Funkadelic camp. A lot of people don't know that, but the roots goes pretty deep. There's a lot of connections in the industry if you really think about it. So I'm just gonna pretty much, you guys probably like, well, where can we watch the trailer? Where can we find the trailer? I'm going to connect everything to you. I'm going to put everything in the comic section. I'm not going to play it because due to copyright strikes. So I'm going to put it in the comment section where you could read it and you could watch it. I'll link it to you. Just scroll down the comment section. That's all you gotta do. And then be sure you like this video, okay? Because I'm bringing some news. And, I'm bringing it, so I want you guys to enjoy it. More inspiration. You know what I'm saying, when the likes is heavy. So I'm coming with some more stuff. Be sure to catch Stax Soulsville documentary. And I throw in a little nugget. Soulsville is a track that can be found on the Shaft soundtrack, performed by Isaac Hayes, which is a great track. So, all right, that's all I'm gonna say. Peace.